In our last session, I think we have completed this. What is this account and close options and print options, all these things, right? Okay, now, so in our today's sessions, we are going to see home tab. Okay, so in home tab, first we are going to see what is clipboard, and then we are going to see paste special options, and then cut copy. First, we are going to see, let me make a list of that. What and all we are going to do today. First, what is clipboard we are going to see, and then paste special, cut, copy, and paste. And then font group. Okay. So first, let's start with clipboard. I think I would have seen this particular word clipboard in your mobile phones, right? While copying some text. Okay, whatever text you select, and once you press copy, automatically you'll get a message copy to clipboard. So you know why that message copy to clipboard? Okay, so let me explain you what is a clipboard. So clipboard is nothing but called as a graphical representation memory of MS Office. A graphical representation memory of MS Office is nothing but called as clipboard. So what does that means? See, can you see your clipboard? Whenever if I click on this a small arrow mark group options, on the left side, clipboard will be enabled. Okay, so clipboard is nothing but it is common for entire MS Office. I have Word, Excel, PowerPoint, MS Access. Okay, for all these things, clipboard is common. How it is common means whatever I copy from Word, it goes to clipboard. Whatever the content I copy in Excel, that also goes to clipboard. Whatever I copy from PowerPoint, even that goes to clipboard and Access also. So it's like a WhatsApp group. Individually, whatever you chat, it goes to group, and where others also can see that and they can take that message also. So same way here also, whatever I copy in Word, clipboard will hold that. See, there is a data. I copy some data until I paste it into another place. Somebody has to hold that, right? The copied content has to be holded by someone. Who will hold that? Clipboard will hold that the copied content. And in MS Office, clipboard can hold up to 24 items. Clipboard can hold up to 24 items in the MS Office. Okay, so let me show you here as a practical. See, here I written some word, India. So once if I select Control C or copy that, on the right side, 1 of 24 clipboard items collected. On the left side, can you see in the clipboard, one item has been copied. Okay, now let me go to Word. So here also we enable the clipboard. Can you see here? I can get that word. And if I type any other text here, and if I make a copy of that, even that goes to clipboard 2 of 24. So totally clipboard can hold up to 24 items, and even it can hold the pictures, videos, shapes also. That's why it is called as graphical representation. Okay, so whatever I copy from the Word, it goes to Excel also. See here. Even if I go for PowerPoint also same. Enable the clipboard like this. And even if I draw some shapes here, if I copy this particular shape, if I come for Excel, click on this, it will be get inserted. And if I give clear all, everything will be clear from the clipboard. Okay, so clipboard is nothing but a graphical representation memory of MS Office. So it's a shared memory for entire MS Office. So where whatever I copy in the Excel, I can have it in that Word. Whatever I do copy in the Word, I can have the same content in the PowerPoint also. Is that clear? And even I can store up to 24 items in the clipboard. Okay, then we are going to do paste special option. Okay, so before we do paste special, let me create some data. Okay, peoples who are working with me, okay, please create a data like that, like how I am creating. So let me enter here 1, 2, drag and select that 1 and 2. Drag and drop up to 9 and just select the 10th row. Here what I want means I required formula, means I'm going to insert a formula which is going to do total for all that 9 rows values. So very simple, select from 1 to 9, select the range, okay, and just click on auto sum. Click on the home tab, and the home tab at last you will be having an option called as auto sum. Just click on the auto sum option. So here total will be created, means sum of that A1 to A9, all that 9 values, what is the total? The total will be created here. Okay, and then let me select all the 10 values, apply the background color yellow, and then apply the text color red, increase the column width, background color red, text color, sorry, background color yellow, text color red. I have increased a little column width also, and then I'm going to apply borders. Okay, so now I have numbers from 1 to 9, and in the 10th cell, I have a value 45, which contains with a formula, and I'm having background yellow, text color red, and I have increased column width, and I have applied page borders, and then finally I'm going to give some 3 cells. For example, 3, 4, 5. For that 3 cells, I'm going to change the formatting. Now, actually, it's a general formatting, which it is showing here, right? This one. So now I'm going to make that 3, 4, and 5 as currency format. 1 and 2 are general, 6, 7, 8, 9 are general, 10th also general, which is contains formula, and 3, 4, 5, which is a currency format. So now let me select this entire portion. Do Control C. Control C is nothing but for copy the content, and then click here in next column. Okay, I have clicked on the C column and then press Control V. And here you are getting paste options. You can just click here and you can choose any of the paste options. If not, you can click on this arrow mark and you can choose any of the paste options. So basically, we will be having two type of copies, okay, and 14 types of paste options in Excel. Okay, in Excel, I can copy a content or a data in 2 ways. And even I can paste that content or data in 14 ways. So now that is nothing but called as paste special. And now we are going to see how to do that 14 paste special options. Is that clear? So now first is copy paste as normal. Paste as just Control C, Control V. And next again click here. The next one, paste that as formulas. So what happens? Background color, borders, text color, nothing will be carried. That means the formatting will not be carried. The formatting will not be carried. Only the content and formulas. See here, the 10th, where I'm having 45, the formula is carried here. The formula will be carried and the contents in that 9 cells or 9 rows that will be carried. So no formatting, nothing else. Again, let me copy this and paste it here. Formulas and number formatting. So what happens? Formula we are getting the last cell where 45 is there, right? There the formula will be carried. Whatever the formula equals sum, open bracket, A1 to A9. So that formula will be carried, and also number formatting. Only the 3 cells which I converted as a currency. The formatting also has been carried. Is that clear? Here. See, formula and these 3 cells are carrying the number formattings or whatever the formattings are there. And again, let me click here, paste, keep source formatting. So whatever the formatting in the source, this is nothing but keep source formatting. Whatever the formatting is there in that particular source, means where we have copied the data, from there the formatting will be copied and the same formatting will be pasted here. What is the formatting? Background color yellow, text color red, and number formatting with what? Dollars, currency format. The formatting will be carried, same formatting including the formula. And then again, let me copy the content. Click here, paste, no borders. What happens? I copied with borders and I pasted without borders. Here I copied with border and here I'm pasting without borders. And then let me paste it here as keep source column width. In source, this is the source, right? The original data. What is the column width I have given there? The same column width will be pasted here. So that is what nothing but called as keep source column width. Is that clear for everyone? Is that clear until here? And next one is very important. That is nothing but called as transpose. Let me click here, paste transpose, this particular option. So what is that transpose means? Copy is horizontal and paste as vertical. Copies vertical and paste as horizontal. Okay. So see here, I have copied here vertical and pasted as horizontal. And now I'm going to copy this horizontal and I'm going to paste it here as vertical. Transpose. Okay. So please come to chat box. Confirm me that whether until here everyone are clear. This particular 7 paste special options are clear. Until here whatever I have done. Clear? Good. So now so let me again copy this content. Control C, click here and paste as values. So what that values means? See, here you check it out. Everywhere the formula has been carried. See here? But so next one we are doing is values. So here the formula will not be carried. For entire values, the formula will not be carried. See, 45. That's it. In formula bar, we can't see the formula. Only it shows the values. Again, let me copy it. Control C. One is paste as values without formula. Paste as values and number formatting without formula and formatting. So without number, without formatting, without formula, with values and with formatting, values and number formatting means currency formatting, and without formula and without formatting. Formatting is what? The color, background colors, that and all. Again, copy this, paste as values and source formatting. So whatever the formatting is there in the source, the same formatting, saying the background color, borders, okay, and currency format, everything, but without formulas. And column width also will not come. See, without formula. But whatever that formatting is there in the source, the same formatting has been pasted here also. Clear? And then let me again copy this one. Other paste options. So paste we have done, paste values we have done, and we are going to do other paste options. So what happens here? Whatever I copied, only the formatting will be pasted here. Only the formatting. Background color yellow, borders, and whatever I type, the text color will come into red. Okay. And in the third, whatever I type, automatically will be converted into currency. That 3. And again normal. So only copies the format and pastes. Only the formatting. Paste only the format, nothing else. And then again, I copy the content and I'm going to paste it as what? Link. Paste link. Link has been pasted here. So what is that link means? Whatever the changes if I make in that, what we say, source data, right? So whatever we make changes in the source data, like if I make like NICT, even it gets changes here also, because this is nothing but link of this particular source. If I make changes here, it gets changes here also. So paste link, that is nothing but pasted the link of that particular content. Again, copy that, and I'm going to paste it as pictures. I copied content. I'm going to paste as picture. This is a picture where I can move everywhere. I can stretch it like this. And one more thing you see, whenever I click on this, automatically picture tools are getting enabled. Can you see here? Picture tools format tab, because it's a picture. And then again, I copy this and I'm going to paste it as linked picture. I'm going to paste it as linked picture. What is that linked picture means? If I make any changes here, even inside the picture also it will get changed, and in the link option also it will be get changed. It's a link of this source, right? Even it gets changes here, but it's not a picture, and it's a picture. What? Linked picture. Even it gets changes inside the picture also. Basically, it's not so that much easy to edit something inside a picture, but even it will get changed here also. Clear? So please confirm. Entire paste options is clear for everyone. So is there any doubts? Please respond if there are any doubts. Anyone have any doubts? If anything is there, just drop it on chat box. Let me clear you that. No? Okay. Okay. So now we are going to do what is copy paste. So we generally everyone knows what is that copy paste, right? So we are going to do that. How to copy. So any content, whatever I'm having here, I can copy that content in two ways. So one, select, click on directly copy and click here, paste. Control C, Control V. And one more way, select that range, copy that as picture, copy as picture, and how it has to be copied. So as shown when printed, if I print this particular content, how it will be printed. So in that format, it has to be copied. So I copied and then I'm going to paste it. So one is just copy and paste as contents, normal paste, Control C, Control V. And one more is not copy that as a picture and paste it as picture. And even I can copy that content and I can paste as a picture, or I can copy as a picture and I can just paste it. So everything are fine, clear. And then format painter. So what is that format painter means? So which copies the format from one place and applies into another place. Which copies the format from one place and apply to another place. So it is nothing but called as what? Format painter. So now see, let me take a one more sheet. Okay, I'll take a cell. I'm going to type some content here. And I'm going to give a background color and text color. So what is the format in this particular cell? It's nothing but a background color and text color. So just do a single click on the format painter. So automatically a brush will be carried with your cursor, and wherever I paste in that portion, the formatting will be pasted. And if I write some content, the text also will come in that red color. If I apply border and single click is for one time copy paste the format like this. Okay, and once if I copy and paste the format by single click, and automatically the brush tool will be removed. So single click to one time copy paste, single click to one time copy paste the format, and double click unlimited paste format option. So single click one time I pasted the format, but automatically that brush tool gets removed. And then let me click here. I'm doing double click on the format painter tool. So now see here, unlimited paste format options. So still the brush tool is getting carried with my cursor. So again click on that format painter. So where it will be get removed, or you can use that escape key on your keyboard also, where the selected tool will be get cancelled. So this is nothing but called as format painter, which copies the format from one place and applies into another place. So now let me take another new sheet, increase the first column. Let me type a text here in the middle. Select this one. Just click on this font style. So what is that font? Font is nothing but arrangement of pixels. Okay. So just you click on that arrow mark. You can choose whatever the font style you want. And what is the font size? Font size is nothing but 11. What is that 11? 11 pt. pt stands for points. Fonts are measured in the measurement of points. Points is nothing but pixels. Arrangement of pixels. So 11 pt, 11 points. 12 pt, 12 points. So we can't say just 11 font size 11, font size 12 like that. So for everything there is a measurement, right? So here we say that is pt, points, 11 points, 12 points size. And here we can increase that 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16 like that. And then the average font size. Okay, average font size, nothing but from 8 to 72 pt points. And least means the starting 1 pt, and last means end 409 points. So minimum I can how much I can give, and maximum how much I can give. And average is C, starts at N 8 and ends at 72. And manually if I want something like 13.5 or any other font sizes, just click here, enable the cursor, erase that, mention how much you want. Okay. And then see, I can increase the font size up to 72 and I can decrease up to 8. What is the least option? 1. I entered 1. So can you see that something small dot dot dot, and maximum, as I told, I can enter up to 409 points. But so to make a clarification for you, so let me type like 410. See, font size must be between 1 and 409 points. PT is nothing but stands for points. And then again, let me increase the font style. Let it be standard like a 10 or 11. And here, so these two tools are called as increase font and decrease font. Increase font and decrease fonts, where it increases the font sizes, decreases the font size. So decreases up to 8, increases up to 72. And then let me type text here. Select that particular text. Just use the shortcut Control B for bold. Control V for Control B is for bold. Control I italic, Control U underline. Underline. So Control B is nothing but for bold. Control I is nothing but for italic, and Control U is nothing but for underline. So let me minimize this one. So see here now. One more time, let me show that. So Control B for bold, I italic, and U for underline. Clear? So and then when I select the particular cell, click on the small arrow mark, come under, you can give double underline, single underline and double underline here. So single and double underline. And then let me click here. So next we are going to see borders. Click on this arrow mark, bottom border. Can you see for this particular cell, in the bottom border has been applied. And here top border, left border, right border, bottom border. Or else you just click here. If you don't want any borders, say as no borders. No border. And if you want border on all sides, click on all borders. If you want border on outside, only wherever you are having this green color line border, right? So then say outside borders like this. So when you want all side, so even this line also, then say all borders. Then click here, select thick outside borders. Select thick outside borders. And then bottom double border, bottom thick border, top and bottom border, top and thick bottom border, top and double bottom border. So just you can read that names and you can apply what type of borders you want. And then again click on the tool, draw borders. You can draw the border like this. Again, you can erase the borders. Draw border and you can erase the border. Draw border grid. So border means only outline you will be getting. Border grid means even that grid lines, the small cells, boxes are the right. Each and every cells, see like this. Draw grid lines. Again, click here, erase the borders if you don't want. Again, let me draw the grid lines, border grids. And next to that erase border, let me click on that line color and choose that line color like uh, green, and just apply it, or any other color, and just apply that. Or else just again click on that, go for color and more colors. You'll be having this one. Okay, you can choose whichever color you want. Just click on OK, and then you can apply that particular color. And then finally, line style. So what type of line style you want? You want line to be like this, or like this, or like this, however you want. Again, let me change the line style. See, like this. And more borders. Can you see? Just click on this borders and go for more border. And border, you can say, I don't want borders. I want only outline. Okay. I don't want in the top, and I want in the top. I don't want in the bottom, and I want in the bottom. And left, enable, disable. And right, enable, disable, like this. Okay. And like this, horizontal means diagonal wise, from left side, from right side, diagonal. Okay. And however you want, you can enable it here. And which color you want, you can choose that. And which thickness, sorry, which style you want, you can choose that particular style here. Is that clear? Like this. So and then let me take this all content. If I want, click on clear all. Everything will be cleared. Clear all, everything will be get cleared. So and then, so I hope everyone are understood with all these tools. So let me go for group options, and let me make you clear about what is strike through, subscript and superscript. Okay. So before that, just take a small break about 5 minutes. So let me come back and show you what is this strike through, subscript and superscript. Okay. So take a small break just for 2-3 minutes. or wrong? Sorry, I was not unmuted. So let me start from beginning. I forgot to unmute. Okay, so see here. So a bag is around RS, which is 500. I'm making as 250. If I want to strike that old price, this price, so just select that portion from here or just click on the formula bar and select only the text which you want to strike out. Just click on this corner option button, click strike through and click on OK. Okay, and then again here, so say, is this particular function is right or wrong? Is this right or wrong? Wrong, right? So H2O, so the formula which is for water. So 2 should be in the below base. So let me select only the 2 and click on group options. Select on subscript. Sub means B. B stands for below base. Here. So subscript, that is nothing but stands for below base. So example, I can say H2O below base, and superscript means above base. So where A square plus B square, in this the 2 should be like above base. So which is what? That's what we are going to make it here. Here A2. So here the 2, if I want like A square, select only the 2. Just go for group options. Okay. And then select that particular option called as superscript. So above base, or it's like fourth, fifth and all if you are writing, you can select only the T, H, click on the group option, select superscript. It's a very simple way where you can remind that, okay, remember always B stands for below base, subscript below the base, P where that round color means that round shape which is above is nothing but stands for above base. So easiest way to remember whether it is below base or above base. Clear? So and then, so here font group is over, and then let me tell you alignment group. So here let me write some data like 1, 2, select, drag and drop this much. Here top alignment, middle, bottom. So as of now you can't see some changes has been happened because the cells are very small. So let me increase the height and width. So now you see top, middle, bottom. 3 alignments, and left, center, and right. Another 3 alignments. So top, middle, bottom, left, center, right. These are the three alignments which are there. So let me make it in middle and middle alignment, everything which is there in the middle. And then the right side, again, let me type like some text. Sunday. So for this, next we are going to do text orientation. Click angle counterclockwise, angle clockwise. Okay, let me increase auto fit row height, auto fit column width, and then vertical, rotate text up, rotate text down. Okay, and then disable it. By default, it will come. And then again, click on the arrow mark, go for format cell alignment. On the right side, can you see shrink to fit? So here in the bottom. Okay, so let me explain you that particular shrink to fit option. Why? Because this particular one option is not available in this particular group. So it is inside this place. So let me explain you. And here also see the orientation. You can move however you want, like this. So here, let me select one cell and let me enter the text. Click on that text orientation arrow mark, go for format cell alignment, and then so the can you see text controls? Okay, under text controls, just click and enable shrink to fit. So once if I enable this particular option, what happens? Whatever the content, and let it be how much length that I have entered in that particular cell will be shrinked and fitted within one cell. So that is nothing but called as shrink and fit it with one particular cell, which is compressed and fit it in one particular cell. Is that clear? See, so let me type a big content, this much. So whatever I want, it is going out of this particular cell. So where it takes the space for the next column and another next column also. Even it takes the space for K column and L column. So I don't want it to take spaces from the next column, and whatever it is there and everything, it has to be fitted within one cell. So then what I will do, just click on this, go for format cell alignment, shrink to fit, shrink entire thing to be fitted within the selected one cell. And then let me come on the right side, take one cell. Okay, so now let me type some text. I'm typing as India, enter. Just select that particular cell, increase the indent, increase the indent. So which keeps moving to the right side, which keeps moving towards the right side. Increase the indent and decrease the indents, which keeps moves towards left side. Okay, until you reach the margin. This is the margin. Right side you can increase how much you are want, but left side you can't go like this. Once if you reach this line where margin, it will be get stopped. Okay, so this is nothing but called as increase indent on the right side and this is decrease indent on which is there in the arrow mark on left side. Okay, so now let me take here one more text. So what I want, whatever the text or whichever the text which is exceeding the particular column, this particular column which is exceeding out of that, I don't want to be fitted. I want everything to be next to the same column. It should not take the space of that next column. Let it come towards down, not a problem. But it should not take the space of that next P column or Q column. Okay, so just click on wrap text. Can you see here? Which, okay, wrap text is nothing but the extra long text, okay, into multiple lines, which will be bring towards down itself, like this. Which are going towards right side, extra text, that extra text towards which goes right side will be bring towards bottom of that same cell. So where row height may increase, but it will not take the next column space. Clear? And then, so let me take one more sheet. So here we are going to see merge and center. Type NICT, like some text, anything, whatever you want. So where in this particular one cell, here I don't have anything, and here also I don't have anything. In this particular one cell, let me remove this so that it will be better. Yeah. On this one cell, I have a text called as education. Select, drag and drop up to G. Drag and select. Sorry, not drag and drop. Drag and select up to G. And then click here, merge and center. So all that four columns are merged and the text bring in the center, merge and center. And then again here, same education. So next we are going to see merge across. So let me give right alignment. So what happens if I merge all that cells and if I give across, which alignment I given? I given right alignment, right? It will be merged and it will be taken to the right alignment. Merge across. And if I give like this, merge across. So which alignment I given? Across means if I given left alignment, it keeps in the left. If I given right alignment, it keeps in the right. If middle means middle. So that's nothing but across. Merge and center means it merges and keeps the text in the center portion. And then again, select, merge cells. So just I want to merge the cells. I don't want to do anything, just merge. No alignment, nothing. So by default, text will be in the left side and numbers will be on the right side, right? Just I want to merge the cells. That's it. And then unmerge. So let me select this. I want to unmerge it. See, individual. So one cell, if I give unmerge, or else directly also you can click here, merge and center, merge across, merge cells and unmerge. So there are around 4 options, which is there in the alignment group. So entire thing is nothing but called as what? Alignment group. So text will be in the left side direction and numbers will be on the right side by default. See here. Right side and text on the left side. So which is what, that's what they're given in this place. Left to right or right to left, like that. Okay. So please confirm. Is it clear until here? Okay. So now next we are going to see how to enter, okay, currencies, accountings, dates, and how to convert a column into date format, how to convert a column into number format, currency format. So we are going to see how to format the cells, columns, or rows, number formatting, or text formatting, currency formatting, in that ways. Okay. So now here, let me select this first entire column. This is for general. So no specific format and all is there. So where I can enter number or text. So where it will be useful for entering like employee IDs and all. A001. So where I require text and numbers, everything. Okay. And next column, I'm going to enter numbers, only numbers. Something numbers like this, 4 numbers. Click on the arrow mark, fill series. Clear? And then here, currency. So I'm going to enter like salary here. Okay. So I select this column and select this as a salary. So this is number, and here I'm going to enter salary. Once I convert number, I'm getting 2 decimal places where increase the decimals here and decrease the decimals here. And this is salary, means currency format. See, whenever I click on the cell, here it is showing like it's a currency formatted. So let me enter like currency, anything. Whatever you enter, it will be converted into currency format. But what is the problem here? By default, it is taking dollar. Okay. So what if I want any other currencies? So let me click on this arrow mark. See, UK, Euro, Chinese, and go for more accounting formats and click on the symbol. Take anything. Manipuri, Nepali, Sindhi, like this. These are all different currency formats where you can take anything from the list. Okay. So then suppose what if I wanted in rupees? What if I wanted in rupees? So if I default, here I have dollars. I want it should be rupees by default. So most of the peoples who are using, you will be having dollars, and others may be having in rupees also. But if you have by default dollars, then how can you make it into rupees? So very simple. What happened, right? So while installing the operating system to this particular laptop, while installing the operating system, they may given the location and currency format default. It will be having like default US. So they would have given next by default US only. So if they have not changed the location into India, so then you'll be getting the currency format as dollar. So let me show you where you can make the changes, where you can convert that into rupees. Okay. So see here, click on start button, go to control panel. Okay. And then go for clock, languages and region. Click on region and languages. And can you see here format? So format has given like English, United States. Just click on United States, select English India. and then go for location, the next tab. Here also they given like current location is US, United States. Just select that as India and just click on apply and then click on OK. So then whatever currently opened workbooks are there, you open it and reopen it. Okay, so automatically it will be converted. So here we will get change. Close, reopen that workbook again. Currency. See RS. But you have the latest rupees symbol, right? So what about here? This Windows 7 not yet been updated for that particular currency where we'll be having default currency, right? That okay. If that Windows has been updated, then we will be getting that currency. But as of now, see if I select any column and if I convert into this currency, RS rupees I'm getting. So this is nothing but how we can make default currency format. So and then, so let me select one more column. Currency over one more column. Let me select. I'm going to format this particular column as accounting. So just select accounting. So where whatever if I enter in this particular columns, any values, it will be converted into accounting format. See here. Once if I select, it will show that here. Once if I select here, it will show that here. And let me select one more n column, format that column as date, short date. So then whatever I enter, it will be converted into date. Whatever I enter, it will be converted automatically into date. See, if I enter 5, 5 1 1900. If I entered 15, 15 1 1900. So why that 15 1 1900 means? So let me explain you. Excel can understand the date year after only. So the start date of Excel is this one. Okay. So Excel doesn't know to calculate the date which is less than this one. For example, see, Excel doesn't know to calculate the date which is lesser than this one, 1900. If I enter, automatically it is saying it is a date. If I enter something different also, which is there by default general, it's converting into date. By date and date. But what happens if I enter something lesser than that particular year, 1899 like this, then Excel say it's a general because Excel doesn't know to calculate the date which is lesser than 111900. Okay, it knows to calculate that date after 111900 onwards. So that's why whatever I enter date more than this, it knows to calculate. And that's why if I give 5 means from that date, okay, January 1st, 1900, 5th, 5 means 5th January 1900. It takes like this. And if I give 35, it says 4, second month. So 1 month are over, 31 days, and remaining 4 days on the second month, 1900. It takes like this. And then let me select one more column. Again, click here, take on long date. If I enter today's date, 11/11/02/2021. 11th February 2021. Is that clear? And then again, let me set one more column. Time. So whatever I enter, it will be converted as a time. And here I'm going to convert that as a percentage. Once if this column it's formatted as percentage, then whatever the values I'm entering, it will be converted as percentage. And then set one more column, and this column I'm going to convert as fraction. Okay, like this. And one more column, let me select here on the right side. And then the last option, we are going to choose that, which is nothing but called as scientific. The entire column, let me select the entire column, select scientific. So whatever value I'm entering, what is the scientific value of that particular one? So that will be shown. Clear? And then let me set one more column and convert that particular column into text. So whatever I enter in this particular column, even let it be a number also, but it's not a number. It's nothing but a text. See, it's showing an error also. Can you see here? Text means okay, not a problem. If I enter some number, see, the error is there. What is the error? The number in this cell is formatted as text or preceded by an apostrophe. Okay, then click on this particular arrow mark. Then just click convert to number. So the number has been converted as text. So we want to solve that error. So convert that particular number into text. So now this has been converted as number, a general format. So why? Because the entire column is formatted as text. Whatever I enter there, it will be converted as text only. And then here, let me enter some number. And enable 1000 comma separators. So comma separator options. So ones, tens, hundreds. After that, you will get comma. So thousands, 10,000. After that, comma. So like this, this is nothing but comma style, which I'm going to enable in this place. And I can increase the decimal places. After decimal, 2 zeros. I can increase that here, the decimals, and I can decrease the decimals here. Okay. So then let me select this particular column. Click on this arrow mark, see general numbers. Okay, so numbers I want with 2 decimals, and whether you want 1000 separators or not. You can enable this here. Currency for this also, which type of currency format you want, you can enable it here. And how many decimal places you want, you can increase and decrease here. Accounting, date. Okay, so which date format you want, and calendar type, time, and then percentage, fraction, scientific, text, special. So anything, whatever you want, you can just make that particular formats options using this format cell group. Okay, so and then let me select one more column, click on group options, click on custom. Just type here, I want like 00. So whatever I type here, before I'll get zeros. Like this. So basically, I can't enter 0 before a number in Excel. See, 0, 96. But here, if I wanted, it's required. So then you can take this. So which one? Set a column, click on group options, more number formats, custom. What you want before. For example, in that particular column, I'm going to enter 1, 2, 3 only, but automatically there employee ID. So like BHJ, BHJ has to come like this. It's a starting employee ID alphabets, 3 alphabets. After that, uh, numbers, just I'm going to give numbers. So numbers also starting to number 15, 0. So 0. So after this, I'm going to give just 1. One second. Okay. So let me take only the text. So what happens here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, one second. Select this custom. So general can say BHJ. Okay. So BHJ. So whatever I type here, so it's creating a letter for that custom whatever I created. So but actually it's having a small thing. Let me delete this one. Let me delete this one also, and just here erase it. So 00. Great. 1, 2, 3. See, 4, 5. So whatever I enter, so automatically that employee ID. So just I no need to enter that A, B and all. Just if I give 1, so A01 will come automatically. If I give 2, A02 will come off. Okay, so that is nothing but customizing that. However you want. So instead of typing A01, no need to waste that time. If I give 02, it will come just 2, it will come off like this. So custom format cell is this particular option. So is that clear until here? So please everyone come to chat box, confirm that whether it is clear until here, whatever I have covered today, whatever until I covered today, is that clear for everyone? Just drop a message in the chat box, or anything needs to be repeated. Anyone? Sagar, you have any doubts?
No, sir.
No? Okay. Others and all? No, right? So because there is no like text messages or chat box messages saying that I have some doubts. I don't know whether you are clear everything. If anything is there, just you can raise it. So you are clear about this, how to make by default, okay, Indian rupees in Excel. So where you have to make the changes and all, is that clear? Okay, by default, if it is in dollar, so where you can go and how you can make the changes and all, is that clear, right? Okay. So now let me start up with conditional formatting. That so nearly to end. Let's give an introduction about why we have to use conditional formatting. Okay. So conditional formatting is nothing but formatting the cells based on a condition. Cells or a range based on a condition is called conditional formatting. Okay. So now, so this class, let me show you how to create a data for that conditional formatting. So let's create a data like for conditional formatting, and let's save that particular file, so which we can use for our next class. Okay. So here, let me type name. Okay. So write down like 5 subjects. So create a data like this. Okay. So where you create a name. Okay. In one column, headings name, another English, maths, Kannada, science, social, Hindi. And here, let me give the names, some random numbers or names. Let me give that like something. Just create a data like this. I'm creating a data based on your names who are all attended, and base of their names. I'm creating this. Okay. And then here we have to enter values. Okay. So for out of 100, what is your score in all subjects? We have to enter something numbers here. So instead of typing values, or instead of entering the values for each and every one, let's use a function. Okay. So function name is nothing but called as rand between, equals RAND, rand between. What is that rand between? Returns a random number between the number you specify. Let me take that bottom number. Let me give like 25. Okay. From 25 and top 99, close bracket. So rand between. So generate randomly numbers from beginning 25 and up to top 99. Enter. So one is generated 35. Drag and drop like this up to here. On right side, drag and drop up to here. So some random numbers has been created for everyone. So now what I will do, I will copy that. Why? Because it is in the formula format. Now I want to make it as just as values. I don't want as formulas. Why? Because whenever I open, automatically the values will be keep on getting changed in the rand between formula. So once if I copy that and if I paste as values, the formula will be removed and it will be pasted as values. So it will be easy for me. So there will be no changes, no problems for me at all. So Control C, Control V. See, automatically values are getting changed when I paste it. After paste, click on the paste special option and make it as values. So now everything are converted into values. Okay. Now formulas are there. Is that clear for everyone? How to generate this data? Okay. So after generating this data, so let me click on save, browse this file. Let me keep it in the documents only. And let me give the name as conditional formatting, which I'm going to do it for next class. So for next class, today only we have prepared the data and just we are going to work out on this on our next class. Clear? Okay. So next class we are going to do first thing is highlight cell rules. So let me make the sheet name also. Right click, rename, highlight cell rules. Delete. Let me save this one. Okay. So is it clear until here for everyone? So we have created a data and we have saved that. So by name conditional formatting sheet name, and the first sheet which is having the data with by name highlight cell rules we have created. So which we are going to see in our next session, conditional formatting highlight cell rules. So we are going to highlight the cells based on a rule or a condition. So which we are going to continue in our next class. Okay, so because it's a little big concept, so we are going to start that in our next session. So is that clear for everyone? So please confirm that today's session, whatever we have covered, whatever I have covered on our today's session, is that everything are clear for everyone? So that we can move to our next session in our next class. Okay, so bye everyone. So remaining conditional formatting tool, we will be continuing in our next session. Okay, conditional formatting will be the next session. Thank you all. Thank you.